Maurice Mcleod in London. He's the chief executive of the British charity Race on the Agenda. Welcome to TRT World. Your reaction, first of all, to the current lineup so far of Conservative candidates and the diversity we're seeing.
Hello, Maria. Yeah, it's quite a show over here. There's every 2 minutes it feels like someone pops forward saying that they want to lead this party. And you're right. It's quite evident. Certainly in terms of ethnic background, there's a real diversity. It seems in candidates coming forward. It's very noticeable. I think I made a comment that I don't think the other party, the Labour Party, which is also often considered the party of anti-racism, I think that they would struggle to have a list of Black and Asian candidates running for the top job in a serious way that the Tories have got.
I saw that tweet, just on that very point that you tweeted. It's notable that the Tories are much more likely to elect the country's first Black Prime Minister than Labour ever will be.
Yeah, I mean, it's full disclosure, I am a Labour Party member myself, but I do think that it's kind of similar to what happened with Margaret Thatcher. So in 1979, the Conservatives were led by Margaret Thatcher, and I disagree with almost every policy she ever brought in. But I mean, Labour have never had a permanent woman as their leader, so that's how far, for some reason, the Labour Party is behind on these things. But I would say it's more than just identity. I mean, it kind of shows that you need the policies as well, because I'd argue that Margaret Thatcher, for instance, didn't do anything really to help women. And sadly, these Black and Asian candidates, if one of them is lucky enough to become our new Prime Minister, I don't really hold out much hope that they're going to do loads for race equality. I think it will be almost the opposite.
Really? Why do you say that?
Because in a strange way, I mean, I think that there's a Conservative Party has a habit of doing things that could be considered problematic race-wise. For instance, sending asylum seekers across to Rwanda, that sort of thing. If those sorts of actions are being carried out by someone who is themselves from a minority background, you kind of get a cover. You kind of get there's kind of a you're able to sort of say, oh well, we're not being racist because look, our Prime Minister is Black or Asian. So that weird way, I think that it would actually be bad for race equality. Certainly, if someone like Kemi Badenoch, who I think is a very competent politician, but her views on race, I think, would put us back quite a few decades.
So, Maurice, what does the country really need right now?
It needs.
Or who? It should be who. I mean, we know what it needs. But who?
Yeah, a harder question, if I'm honest. I mean, and I would say this. I think we need a general election. I think that it's only 2 years ago people voted for Boris Johnson and his Conservative administration that's fallen apart. And I think when that happens, you need to go back to the country and say, right, what do you want us to do now? You can't just sort of pluck anyone and say, right, they're now the leader. And, that's not really a mandate. I think that what the country needs is a chance to go, this is the direction we want to go in. The people aren't getting a chance to do that.
Indeed, and that is to my question, that what the country needs right now is that, and that's what you're saying. All right, Maurice Mcleod, thank you so much for speaking to us today on TRT World. Thank you.
Thank you.